Well, at the beginning, I thought it was a bit weird, to be honest, because we're rustling paper, but then actually got to learn some stuff, so it's been pretty good.
When we first walked in, each of us had our own ideas on what to expect, but we were all still excited to do new things and meet people with similar interests.
She offered to help me.
We actually met during this.
A way of learning about ourselves, connecting with our souls.
Once we got into it, each of us took our projects in our own direction. Some of us told personal stories with paper flowers, and others turned paper into objects of beauty.
Well, I think that every day we learn something new. It could be, it could be a matter of, I don't know, it could be a matter of, oh, the leaves fall off the trees in summer. I noticed that being at home more. If I've ever felt uncomfortable, I've always looked at art or doing something creative as a way of feeling a little bit better afterwards.
I find it helpful for me to cope when I'm able to do art in my spare time. Doing art can be a good way of coping, so I like to do art whenever I have free time.
Art is something so personal. You can really just make it whatever it is that you want it to be, outside of what is expected of you or outside of what, what you think you should be doing.
We found inspiration inside ourselves, created characters within stories of myths and legends.
It's really fun. I like mythology and art, and if you put both of them together, it's really fun. Yeah. I know drawing can be really calming for some people. People can sit in there, draw, talk, and it would calm them. But if you were to take drawing into the real world, you could become an artist or graphic designer, something along those lines.
Be creative with the way that they view themselves, but also bringing in colour and different historical creatures, myths and legends, maybe things that connect with their own culture, their upbringing, their personality, or just anything that they want to express.
We captured the natural and instrumental sounds of our environment, combining them to create rhythm and inspire movement.
I think what's exciting about this workshop feels like collaboration as teachers and facilitators, but actually what we're really excited about is handing the skills and the knowledge over to the young people in the room and helping them make their own thing.
We made music inside a lab where there was no artistic limitations, no genres holding us back, just sound and our imaginations.
All is coming out of their own contributions, all is coming out of their own impressions. The music is improvised, it's based on sounds, some musical material. But I guess it's a way of working that is very collective. It's all coming out of them. I'm not teaching them how to play a C major chord that will be resolved into a G or something like that. It's just setting that didacticism aside.
We stitched history into our own stories and wove identities into corsets, reflections of our experiences, more with pride in who we are.
We teach them a little bit about the history of the corset and what happened between, it used to be a very strict garment, very strict item, fashion item, and now it's become very empowering. So we're celebrating together the freedom of the corset and the body, actually. And then we're teaching them how to create it and to decorate it.
Every time I got feedback because something didn't turn out, because I am a bit of a perfectionist, I would just cry for ages, basically. But as I've gotten older and stuff, I've gotten more used with failure and stuff, and that's actually helped a lot with my art, as it's gotten me more creative even to draw when I am sad or stuff like that. I think it definitely does help me feel a lot calmer. Being in control is, well, not all the time, but I guess I'm in control of the art, which is nice.
I hope to learn of like different ways to create my own clothes. So it'll help me if I don't have enough money to buy new clothes a lot. I can just make them myself and fix up my old clothes when they're breaking.
I just really like to sew. I'm a little bit like envious of more trans people. I wouldn't say I'm trans myself, but like I'm definitely a lot more chill with guy clothes and stuff. That's more my style. I'm more of a tomboy.
Under the guidance of Aboriginal wisdom, we learnt how to tell our whole story with just 2 colours. It showed us new ways to express how we feel and how we shared it with others.
What I taught was the negative and the positive, the light and the dark, utilising it in their artwork, them utilising the paint to make it dark and make it light. They've surprised themselves. Yeah, their artwork came out, I was quite impressed. And watching people heal through art is a blessing. Knowing that that little bit that I've achieved, they've got something out of it. It's touched them, it's got them thinking, and whether they keep going on with the art side of it and telling their story, or it helps them heal in whichever way they want to.
The regular can become extraordinary and bizarre with the right lens.
Curiosity has been an entry point. Maybe they are unsure about it, they have never encountered this in their lives. I think even when they are unsure as to what they are seeing, providing them with that context and sharing what you felt when you heard that or saw that is also important. It's reinforcing that curiosity is so important in the arts. It's just finding your own perspective. I think people are afraid to deviate, from what they see or what they hear around. But I think perhaps they talk about giving permission. So maybe if there is that permission being given to explore and to do great exposure.
It's been a really beautiful process. We've got lots of students that sort of drop in for a bit of a play, a bit of a test. They want to explore some sounds. We've been making instruments out of junk objects and recycled objects and sort of discovering and listening to sounds. And then we have a few really committed students who stick around for the whole session, and we've been workshopping some rhythms and some pieces that we're kind of collaboratively putting together, and that's going to be what we take to the concert.
How does that make you feel when you play a groove like that?
Makes me happy. Times like
ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. What did that feel like?
It feels like magical. Yeah, magical.
Yeah, wow.
We unlocked knowledge of artistic skills and interests we didn't know we had. We built on our existing talents that we had from the beginning and found people with similar interests that we can call our own.
When you give young people the space, the tools, the freedom, and the trust to create, the possibilities are endless.
This is just the beginning. A big thank you to Ellenbrook Arts, Healthway, the Kids Research Institute Australia and the So Arts Framework Program.
As well as Ellenbrook Central, the City of Swan, Ellenbrook Youth Centre and everyone involved from artists to our peers.